Greetings YouTube, welcome back to the channel. This video right here is long overdue. Like really, really long overdue. Like probably at least 6 months overdue. But I just haven't gotten to it. I don't really have a good excuse for it. I definitely am not trying to make an excuse for it. I just haven't been able to set aside the time that needs to be set. And I was thinking Friday night as I was getting ready for bed, why not just sit down and crank it out? And so here we are. Look, I am an expert of very few things in this game. I'm an expert of face blocking, of burning through 10 times the amount of potions and revives it takes a quote-unquote good YouTuber to spend on content. An expert at making predictions that are definitely hit or miss, hence why I often call myself the MCOC McDonald's, hot, fast, and sometimes wrong. And I think, most notably, whether you come by and hang out at the live streams or just see me talk in general about like mastery setups or time management, I have given my soul away to the arena for years now. It's a problem. It's an addiction. I know all of this. I'm as guilty as anyone ever. But that's the reality of this adventure, of this hobby. The arena, let's not be fooled, still has some shadiness going on every week. Yes, there are going to be people and stories of people that somehow get around the system and hire somebody to grind for them for 3 days. I think at this point, that's always going to be there. I would be shocked. Although, props to the people who sometimes consistently are at the top of the leaderboard, and they've reached out to me personally and been like, Prof, I know the stories. I'm not saying they're not true, but I'm not one of them. I'm really doing all those fights, and I don't know why. It's almost like a cry for help in a way. Now, this leaderboard is interesting because Kabam doesn't really scrub it as much. Because who's going to put up the top 100 in Summoner Trials? Like, what's the point? But I will say it has been nice to see a more diversity of backgrounds regarding like a bunch of people who are actually in alliances. Because for the longest time, you go to this leaderboard and you would just see like nobody in an alliance. And it would literally say Cyclops 1, Cyclops 2, Cyclops 3, Cyclops 4. It was crazy. So I do think Kabam, in fairness in this video, has made strides behind the scenes to ban and detect more bots. And we still have a debate. Every time I do a video on this, somebody's like, Kabam runs the bots. They want the scores to be harder to reach, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, could be true, but we don't have any concrete evidence of that. If you have it, I'd love for you to send it to me. But, in general, the biggest problem is that let's say that there's only 10% or less of people who are breaking the terms of service. And let's talk specifically in this case about the latest ball and chain leaderboard for Absorbing Man. And congrats to everybody on this, including the usual suspects, of which there are many. We have seen so many times examples where really to me the most important spots are all the way down here. All the way down. Because eventually when you get past place 95, you start to get a little squirrely. And then, Jesus, Mo123, the biggest painful experience of the arenas in the last week. One spot away from the 6-star. And then you have some NY718 pain, some Asgard pain. More NY718. Next pain, more Asgard pain, a lot of Asgard pain, really. So why does this matter? Well, it was, believe it or not, at the end of 2021, where Kabam last said, hey, there are a lot of you out there who have been so close to getting your arena rewards, but you've had cheaters, essentially, jump you in line. We are going to rectify these wrongs and give the people who are really close to getting the top 100 or the top percent, right? Like I never got a 6-star out of it, but I did get a ton of 5-stars from being very close to placing, which is funny because I don't want the 5-star usually, right? I want the 1 to 5%. But there are a lot of people out there who maybe they actually did deserve, say, a 6-star absorbing man or a 6-star, you name it. If Kabam brought that system back this year, it would go a long way, especially why now? Because 7 stars are coming to the game. And there are theories out there that some of the arena most active people are feeling like the arenas are going to change too when 7 stars come in. And so they're kind of waiting, kind of buying their time. I don't know how true that is. It might be true for some people. It's certainly not true for all people. But in general, what a great effort of goodwill Kabam could do for the community if they brought it back. This would help the community so much and would put some goodwill injected in right before they change up the meta big time with 7 stars and what we assume to be Thronebreaker crystals, which, who knows? I'm not holding my breath, but in theory, those should not have 3 stars in them for the first time. It should be 4 stars, 5 stars, and 6 stars, along with a very rare chance for a 7-star. But I'll believe it when I see it, because I've been wrong so much when it comes to predicting stuff like that. Last prediction I did get right was Kabam Santa for Paragon players, giving everybody a free Abyss Nexus. I'm proud of that one, but, a broken clock is right twice a day, right? Anyhow, that is my video for today regarding this issue. Would you like to see this? I know a lot of you watching this may not care either way because you don't do the arena, but for those of you who are close, I think it would help.